Meet in the moment. Meet in the moment. Well done. And let's talk about meet in the moment. Just showed you played the home run calls and Kay and Sterling, meet in the moment, meet in the moment. Aaron Judge, meet the moment, met the moment. And then, come on, man. Handed the 61st home run baseball to his mom. Yes, indeed. How awesome is this? In his full uniform, look like a little leaguer, except for the fact that he's a grown-ass man. But I just love it. Player and mom smile for the cameras.
Just bought his mom a house.
Oh. I showed that to Coop. Zano, like, wouldn't you do that right? You'd give it to mom, wouldn't you? Like, yeah. They're like, yeah, would. Yes. Yes. You'd give it to your mom.
So you see that.
Well done. Now, it's so great that he gave it to his mom, had that moment. And, you could say it was meant to be. Baseball gods made sure that Judge could have the ball and give it to his mom. But there is a Toronto Blue Jay fan who helped make that happen as well. A fan in the left field stands.
Poor guy.
Brought his glove to the game, as did another fan sitting in the front row of left field in Toronto, right above the Blue Jays pen, thinking maybe those are the magic seats. Yeah. Where the magic pearl, that is the 61st home run ball, would be sent their way, and they've got a glove to catch it. And if you've seen the video, the fan reaches over the railing, and I think he got leather on it.
Oh, no, he did.
I don't know. It might have been a little low, but there's another fan who reaches out over and misses it, and you could see they immediately lament what just happened, that they planned for it, they got the seats for it, and missed it. It is akin to getting every number right except the Powerball. Although, for that, you still get a little scratch.
You still win a little bit of something.
You got to wet your beak a little bit.
Yeah.
But these guys get a laurel and a hearty handshake and a memory the rest of their lives as to what could have been. And all you would just say, is it possible to just even know what this individual is thinking? And the answer is yes. And it gets even better to find out what this individual is thinking, because he was interviewed by a member of the press in Toronto. And his name is indeed Frankie Lasagna. We're not making this up. There is the headline of this article. Blue Jays fan Frankie Lasagna just misses catching Aaron Judge's 61st home run ball. That is the headline. And according to this article, Frankie Lasagna grabbed his baseball glove from his garage before heading down to Rogers Center for the game. And he even got the seats specifically so he could be ready for it. And just in case you think you can't make this up, Frankie Lasagna is in fact a restaurateur of an Italian restaurant. And his name is Frankie Lasagna.
Yes.
No relation, best we can tell, to Johnny Roast Beef or Elaine's Vegetable Lasagna, made famous
Johnny Roast Beef
on an airplane in Seinfeld. The other gentleman who reached across, according to this article, declined to be interviewed. He must be just in total dire straits. But could you imagine, Chris, how would you feel if you had that whole setup and did not get the baseball?
Well, I would have caught it.
Oh, nice!
Brockman would have gotten it.
I mean, that's that's $1 million mistake. It's a $1 million drop.
Unless you were just going to give it to Judge anyway.
But if you're a Blue Jays fan, I don't know.
Yeah, you're going to hold that thing for hostage, right?
Yeah, of course. I'm going to put it up for auction, and it's going to get a sweet penny. It's just like, it's such a bummer for those kids, you know. But it's cool that, you know, kind of fate or whatever have you, it got back to Judge and he gave it to his mom. Like, what a cool moment. According to this article in Infotel, which is the name of, I think, of the website in Canada, quote, 2 more feet and I would have had it. 2 more feet.
I needed a fishing net and I would have got it.
Well, he's got a...
Said Frankie Lasagna. By the way, that's his name.
Well,
I showed this article to the kids last night. I said, hey, Cooper, would you rename yourself Koopy Lasagna?
He's got
Zanny Lasagna?
I mean,
Frankie Lasagna.
The SB Nation headline is Frankie Lasagna, who is a real person, almost caught Aaron Judge's home run.
2 more feet and I would have had it.
Oh, yeah.
The Frankie Lasagna story. I would never, ever bring a glove other than this situation, Lasagna said, by the way. Quote, I needed a bigger one. Frankie Lasagna needed a bigger glove, which is just not a metaphor for anything. It's literally it's happened in Toronto.
I didn't even know that was a surname, Lasagna. Did you?
According to this article,
that was
Lasagna
like
brought his...
They didn't make that name up in LSI.
I'm sorry. Lasagna bought his ticket in the front row of the 100 level, thinking it would improve his odds of catching the ball if Judge went deep. Quote, in the front row, I felt like you've got the best chance. Lo and behold, I was just a few feet away.
Oh.
Lasagna, sporting a baby blue Vladimir Guerrero Jr. jersey, said the anticipation built during every Judge at bat. Quote, it's like you're in the game. You're fielding and getting ready for the pitch. When he hit the ball, it was like, oh my God, oh my God. I think I hit my buddy in his neck. As I stretched out, I almost got it. And then he said that the shock and amazement just washed over him. I would have held on to it for as long as I could to negotiate, maybe get Judge to try to come to the restaurant, said Frankie Lasagna. Sadly.
Wow.
I mean...
Just in case, hold on a minute. You wanted a penne for his thoughts.
Oh.
Keep going. I know you got
more.
more.
I don't have more.
You got one. You got it.
I thought you had one more.
I don't have one more.
I thought you had another one.
No, I don't have one loaded.
Okay, I've never got a foul ball out of a game, right? But like right before I moved to LA, I was sitting on the first base side at Fenway, and a line drive was coming right at me, and the dude sitting right in front of me stuck out his hand, and it hit his thumb, and he had to get an ice pack. And I think about that all the time.
I got the World Series ball,
and it never even touched me.
In front of me.
This guy,
he wanted to kill me.
Got leather on
right
it.
There. Well, he said no. He did said according to Frankie Lasagna,
he didn't get
words I've never said before. He said he needed a net. It was just too
I would,
low.
If I was him, I would think about that every day.
You'd have gone over the railing.
Oh yeah, like the field goal dude, that famous guy who jumped out of the stands.
Well, then you would have wound up in the hands of Matt Bushman, the Toronto Blue Jays reliever, who did catch the carom. Matt Bushman, also known as the lesser half of my NFL Network colleague Sarah Walsh, who lives in Tampa, Florida, was watching. Had heard her husband collected the ball and delivered it to the Yankees. And she tweeted out the following. Oh, cool. He just handed that back without checking to see if our house is still here. Tweeting from Tampa last night. I'd like to announce our divorce. Wow. With the photograph of him walking the ball back.
Oh, man.
I mean.
And just as if we can't have any more you can't make this up moments, she also tweeted out last night, the coolest, weirdest thing about tonight when I first met, and she tagged her husband here at Bushman 26. More than a decade ago, he asked my favorite movie. I told him it was 61.
Holy smokes.
Come on.
Wow.
Can't make it up. The story of the home run ball, almost as interesting as the other actual hitting of the home run.
I have no explanation for what happened.
Frankie Lasagna. Oh, my God.
Wow.
It sounds like a Goodfellas character.
There's
Johnny 2 times.
There's no... That would
you had to
be
go
like,
get the papers.
You would literally make that name up as a kid.
Get the baseball.
Somebody.
Get the baseball.
His mother made good lasagna. That would be his
Frankie
nickname.
Lasagna.
Yeah, like his
He
mother.
seems like he'd be hanging out on a Staten Island street corner with Dickie Eyes.
That's right.
Yes.
Yeah. Dickie Eyes and Frankie Lasagna. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
we'll
meet up Dickie Eyes and Frankie Lasagna.
Hey, Frankie Lasagna. Hey, Frankie Lasagna. You couldn't lean over and catch the baseball.
Where's Paulie Gagoots? I mean, come on.
I don't care how big that drop-off is. You jump. 2 broken legs, they'll heal.
Brockman
$1
said
million
he would have done anything
forever.
possible to get that ball.
Oh, Frankie Lasagna. You needed a longer glove. You needed a net. What's the matter?